How's it going, people? Welcome back to AFTV and welcome back to Box. A very special guest today, Lee Chappy. How's it going, Lee?
Thanks for having me on again. I'm always available for the Leicester games. I'm glad you got back in touch again. I love being on here.
Yeah, we had to get you on. I mean, we've been trying to work it out all week. We wanted you
I
down
know.
in the studio in person. It couldn't happen. And then finally, we got the StreamYard under our belt.
Yeah, well, my oven's fixed now, so there you go. We're sorted.
That's good. That's good. Bang on time. Bang on time.
It was my end, guys. My fault.
You guys are on a bit of form now, innit? It started the season a bit shaky, I'd say, but last few
Yeah.
days, what, 4 wins on the trot. There's a couple good ones in there. Brentford away and Man United, obviously.
Yeah, tough game, Brentford. I don't think we played all that well, in all honesty. I don't think we've played really well all season, in all fairness. I think our best game we probably played was the Man United 4-2.
Yeah.
I reckon that's probably our best performance. We look like the old Leicester from the last 2 seasons, pressing hard, really putting the pressure on and not letting Man United even get out their own half at times, playing some nice balls through the middle and over the top as well. If we can just carry that on, I think we'll be all right. But Arsenal are also in form. I think you've got the most shots on so far for an Arsenal team for the last 2 years. I think so far
really?
per game. I think the stats are looking like you've got the most shots on it per game since 2018, I believe, for Arsenal. So it looks like you're attacking more, which is worrying because our defence is a little bit wobbly. Johnny Evans has had a problem with his foot, and we're relying on him, to be fair, because without him, I think Soyuncu loses his head. And obviously no Fofana with the leg break, which was ridiculous, by the way, at the start of the season. That affected us big time to start off with. So we're relying on Daniel Amate, who had a great game against United and put Ronaldo in his back pocket.
Yeah, is he back out yet, or because he wasn't there at Liverpool, was he? So
yeah, well, I know I don't know what's going on with Ronaldo. It's mad, isn't it? Really is. But I think it's going to be a tight game between the two. To be fair,
what do you put the shaky start down to? That defensive area of the pitch, because the last 2 seasons, I actually give Leicester a lot of credit. I think, especially last season, I'd say the most consistent team in the Premier League last season was Leicester.
Yeah, but we fell off again. We fell off again.
It falls off from second season in a row.
Yep. 2 years in a row. And obviously that's the thing that's held against us is the bottling. At the end of the day, you get a lot of injuries and it affects teams. You take Van Dijk out of Liverpool, they're not the Liverpool that we know. Same goes for every team, really. You take a key player out and they're not quite the same, are they? I think Leicester had a lot of injuries over the last 2 years, and James Maddison's been carrying an injury since around February, really, not playing fit. Ricardo Pereira's been playing, recovering from an ACL injury, and sort of playing through, getting back to his levels. The list goes on. Jamie Vardy had a surgery last season as well, which doesn't get highlighted at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So Nacho scoring the goals at the end of the season last season, because Vardy's recovering while he's playing. Because we haven't got the depth to play other players in those positions.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that, we can get past all these silly injuries and actually move forwards as a club.
You have been building a bit of depth over the summer as well.
We have.
Yeah, Dakar and Samare, they add something to your squad, definitely.
Yeah. I don't want to highlight Patrick Vieira to Samare because Patrick Vieira is elite level. Yeah. But Samare reminds me of that kind of player, the way that Vieira was. He's not Ndidi. He's not a replacement for Ndidi. He's a different type of CDM. He's a drive forwards. He's a powerhouse, so strong as well. So he's going to play because Ndidi's still injured and out of this game.
One thing I want to ask you, Lee, since we're on the subject, is what do we put the good transfer business down to? Is it Rodgers? Is it the technical director? Is it the ownership?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, because at the end of the day, when the new manager comes in, they bring kind of their own staff with them. Like Brendan Rodgers brought Kolo Touré with him and the rest of his entourage. And it's like, so who's doing this? Because it's every season we bring in more bangers. Fofana. Where's, and again, Dakar. Why has no one snapped him up? It's bizarre, Samare, they beat PSG to the title, Lille, with Samare, and we've took him from there. Like, I don't know where these players come from. I don't know how we managed to do it every year. It's not once, it's every year. We've been doing it since 2014 with Mahrez and Vardy, and it just keeps going. Kante,
Kante.
I don't know what it is about Leicester's recruitment. I don't know where it starts from. I don't know.
So you're not revealing any secrets.
I'm not revealing any secrets because I don't know the secrets. They've bolted that down. That's a secret that you might have to email them and find out. I don't know.
There's a few players over the years that I look at, and I look at the way Arsenal spend money, and I think, why didn't we go in for him? You know what I mean?
But a lot of people I talk to, a lot of like different content creators that I talk to, say the same sort of thing. Like, why didn't we get Ndidi? Why didn't we sign Ricardo Pereira from Porto? Stop spending £80 million on players like Aaron Maguire and actually do some research like Leicester do. I don't know. It's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. But credit to the team over at Leicester because ever since that Premier League title win, yes, it was rocky straight after, but you found the lane for yourselves that can help you compete and be in and around the top four.
Yeah.
But at the same time, do it your own way.
Yeah. A credit to the owner. A credit to King Power Brand and V Shy. 3 years on since the tragedy that happened with the helicopter crash. 3 years on, 2 days ago now. But I mean, I think he bought Leicester for £39 million Turkish. I mean, the squad's worth, I think, about on market value about 520. I think I read yesterday. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is madness.
That's an investment and a half, isn't it?
So, some clubs buy centre backs for double that money.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
It is crazy. Let's talk about Maddison quickly. The links to Arsenal this summer.
Yes.
Was there any truth to that on your side?
Oh, it was driving me mental. It's all I've seen on my timeline. Every day on Twitter was Maddison to Arsenal. I've seen so many people going on about it. And I'm thinking, you know what? If they're willing to spend 50, 60 million, probably send him because he's been so out of form because of the injuries I think that he's sustained. He's not really had anything since February. He's just got his goal against Brentford, but it was really a tap-in because Daka's done the work and, just slotted it to him. But I'm hoping that goal brings our Maddison's, his confidence back and we get that Maddison that was in the same category as Grealish and Foden and Mount and all these sort of players that people were putting him next to. Because I don't think at the minute he's in that same category. I don't know what's your take on Maddison because you guys were so interested in him, but then you buy Odegaard. What?
Yeah, Lee, you know me. I'm very pessimistic when it comes to Arsenal news, especially transfer windows for me and Arsenal fans in general. It's a bunch of clickbait. And what really annoyed me about the Maddison thing was one of his friends, Charlie Brake. He kept on,
selling the stories.
Fanning the flames, doing tweets and Instagram, getting followers, and everyone saying,
it's all articles. Those articles have got loads of advertisements around them, Screwfix and all these different ones. And that's what it's for, isn't it? It's for the clicks to see those banners, so those banners can pay the guy that made the article.
All they need is the click. That's it. One click and they're good. They're happy. Yeah. But I like Maddison. Don't get me wrong. I like Maddison, and I would have taken Maddison 100%. But I also like Odegaard too. And I'm happy with Odegaard. It's just he hasn't quite found his feet yet in the side.
Not been there long enough yet to find his feet. So just give him a chance.
Really and truly, definitely. I'd agree. And let's talk about Arteta now. I want to move on to Arsenal, and obviously Rodgers, a couple of years ago when the Arsenal job was up for grabs, Rodgers signed the contract extension with Leicester, improved terms, made sure he was committed and showed the world that, he's very much focused.
Fair play to him.
And I think he's pretty much done, well, not a contract extension recently, but there's Newcastle rumours around and he's pretty much said, nope.
Stamped it out.
I'm with Leicester. And that's what you want from your manager. That's what you want from someone you believe in with a process and all of this.
I like that word because I see it a lot. Trust the process.
You like the word. We hate it over here, but it is what it is. We have to trust something.
The thing is, Arteta's a former player, and like Ollie, former player. So there's a lot of there's a lot of link to him from your times as a player. Like with Rodgers, if it didn't work out, you've not got that sort of nostalgic tie to him. But with Arteta, you kind of have because he was around during some of the glory days for Arsenal, right?
Well, not glory, but
not quite. But
win an FA Cup,
Yeah, okay, but you know what I mean. It's tough. You've got to give managers time, I think. That's the problem with today's game. We've said it before, I think. With today's game, it's just a business. It is just a business, and managers just get blamed and get shoved out the side, and it's the manager's fault. It's always the manager's fault, but sometimes you have got to look at the players. You've just got to sometimes. Look at the United game, 4-2. It's not Ollie's fault that half of those players, none of them were rushing back to get the ball off Leicester. Most times there was no passion there at all. None at all. You can't put that on a manager all the time. You just can't.
In the modern day, I think there's a lot more. I wouldn't call it man management because that's always been a part of football, but it seems like modern day footballers need to be happy all the time to be playing for the manager, if that makes sense. And I grew up with footballers sometimes being at loggerheads with managers or, you know, in a bit of a moment, but on the pitch, they translate that into some good quality performances. Nowadays, it's people shy away when it's not going their way. And I know you said it doesn't come down to Ole or Arteta, but I think some of it does because of the modern day way of football and motivating your players and getting them to do what you want to do. I think with Ole, he's struggling to get them to understand what he wants to do. But with Arteta, I feel like they're fully with Arteta, but what he's asking them to do hasn't been working.
I think with Arteta's very positive. That's one thing you've got to take.
Yeah.
He always comes out with positive vibes after the post interviews, and I think he said in his last one that Aubameyang's playing some of the best stuff he's been playing for a very long time. So he's clearly saying the right things, but is that the right things for the players' mentality, or is he trying to get the fans on his side?
Yeah,
that's the problem. That lies the problem. Is it a PR game, or does he actually believe what he's saying?
Yeah, it's difficult to know. It's difficult to know whether he's even using it as a motivating factor for because he has been under pressure a lot. But obviously,
it's hard to read. Arteta's hard to read.
Yeah, exactly, Lee. Exactly. He talks very well and he articulates himself very well. But in terms of reading what he wants or what he wants to do and how he's going about it, it's very difficult to understand it over at Arsenal. That's why we're so game by game. It's very much swings either way.
Maybe that goes towards on the pitch. If we see that, like neutrals and yourself, you see like he's quite hard to read as just judgmental. Maybe that's the same as what the players like. I don't quite understand what you're trying to get me to play. I can't read what you mean. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know.
Maybe just about Arsenal so far this season then, because we had the biggest outlay this summer transfer window, 154 million spent, 6 players coming.
Yeah.
3 losses to start the season, but 4 wins and 2 draws to bounce back.
One thing I do like about Arsenal is youth. I think you've got the youngest team in the Premier League. I think average age of about 24.
One of the youngest, that's for sure.
I think it is. I think it's about average of 24 on some days. I've seen it earlier. So that's something good because at the end of the day, you're getting these players are only going to get better as they get a little bit older, and to have such a young age, at least you've definitely got plenty of years to get better, and you're already in form now. I think you're finally starting to find some form. I think Smith Rowe is an absolute genius.
Yeah.
I think he's going to turn into like a Grealish name. And he was £100 million, and this guy's got more assists and goals already in this Premier League season than Grealish has.
Yeah.
He's a baller. I'd take him in a heartbeat. If we were going to discuss which player we'd take, I'd take Smith Rowe.
What, in general from Arsenal Football Club?
Yeah. I think I see him as going to be a big player, big name player.
So you just
and he's an academy lad, right? He's an academy lad, right?
Yeah. Just out of curiosity, him over Saka for you?
Oh, Saka's quite versatile. You can sort of put him in a couple of roles.
Yeah.
In the club. No, I'll go Smith Rowe.
Yeah, all right, it's a good debate, especially for an Arsenal fan. We've got 2 quality youngsters, and we've got a few more. Martinelli's another one, but he hasn't found his feet this season. And Saliba's another one in France to having rave reviews over there, tackling Mbappe last man. I'm seeing it all over Twitter. So hopefully the future's bright for Arsenal. Let's get into the game this weekend, Saturday midday. Notoriously not a great kickoff time for Arsenal Football Club. I've been hurt a lot. I've been hurt a lot midday, lunchtime, Saturday kickoffs. Well, usually, actually, I know you've got your lineup there. Let's get into your lineup first.
I'll get that lineup for you. So this is the actual line. That's the lineup that we beat Man United with, and they're all fit. I've just found out that Vardy will be playing. He is ready to go. He took a knock against Brentford, or I think it was actually during the warm-up he felt something. So he got subbed off at half-time, and Daka came on, which is, by the way, he's turning out to be a great signing. But it's looking like that's how we're going to play with three, because that's why Rodgers likes this. He likes Ricardo and Castagna down those wings, up and down. And Ricardo can do it for 90 minutes. He's still my favourite player for Leicester, Ricardo.
I like Ricardo Pereira, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, before his ACL, I was considering him probably going to leave to go to a giant club like Madrid.
He was on that move, that trajectory.
Yeah, and I think maybe the ACL kept him at the club. So
potentially,
yeah, I think so. Tielemans is turning into a powerhouse in the Premier League. Yeah. Unbelievable. I watched a compilation of his goals yesterday. Someone made not just his Leicester goals, his career goals. They're all outside the area. They're like Steven Gerrard-esque, you know.
He's on him.
Yeah, he's a cracking little player. Maddison, I don't know if he's still. Don't know. I'm still worried about Maddison.
This is the game to see. Like, obviously, with the links in the summer and the rumours that he was interested, it didn't work out, or it was never true. And this game now is a chance for him to put it behind him.
Yeah, I'd say so, mate. If Maddison was to finish the Gunners off tomorrow, that'd be. I think that'd be a good foot down on those rumours and put him to bed.
No Daka-Lee. He hasn't done enough in the last few games to get a start, or
no? I don't think Daka. I think Daka's going to be your cup man and European man. I think him and Vardy are going to rotate for Prem and Europe. Personally, that's my opinion, because I think Daka's going to be groomed into that Vardy role.
Yeah.
Personally, if you look at the way that Leicester have played over the last 4, maybe 5 years, I reckon that the way that we've set up, it's always been based off of Jamie Vardy's runs off the shoulder, you know, last man down the channels. Yeah. Instead of changing the style of play, why not find someone that plays like Vardy? Yeah. And to be fair, it's took many years to find someone that would suit that role. And I think we've finally found that player. Daka's that man. He dangerously plays off the shoulder. I think he's faster than Vardy. I think because he's younger, he's more explosive. I think we've got a striker.
And he's a finisher, Lee. Some of the finishers I've seen of him.
He is. I think he's got 5 goals in. I think before the cup game, he was 5 goals in under 90 minutes.
Yeah. He came on against United, scored, and he got 4 in the Europa League.
Unbelievable.
It's a player that I wish Arsenal looked at in the summer, but hey ho, here we are.
Now I understand though that why we didn't sign Edouard, because the links was there. The links were there for quite a long time for Leicester to Edouard because of Rodgers and his obviously relationship with him at Celtic. And then when you actually look at the way Edouard plays, he's more like Nacho. And we don't need another Nacho player. We need someone like Vardy.
Yeah,
that's why Daka's come in.
That's why he's coming. And
it's great recruitment.
100%.
Again, by the boys. Great.
I'm envious of the recruitment over there. But at the same time, so far, the summer recruitment Arsenal have done, Ben White, Ramsdale.
Yeah. Everyone questioned Ramsdale. But he's been, I think he's just behind Mendy, I believe, in the Prem for the best goalkeeper stats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's definitely taken it, upon himself to impose himself, show a strong character, become somewhat of a leader, because you've seen that from him early on. And I appreciate that, because it's something Arsenal have lacked for so long. You mentioned Tielemans there, and I want to stick on Tielemans because in the warm-up with me and James, I pick out a key battle. And for me, I picked that Tielemans versus Thomas Partey as potentially the key battle for me. What would you look at as the key battle?
Yeah, no, that wins the game. The midfield wins the game.
Yeah.
I spoke to Lee Judges last night on a podcast, and we said the same thing. The middle wins the game. Lokonga and Partey versus Soumare and Tielemans. That middle. Whoever wins that battle wins the game. That's for me.
I agree with you there. I think we're in complete agreement. Let's get into a prediction to round it off.
High scoring game. Always is. Always been a very good fixture in recent times. Not back in the day, not so much, because obviously Leicester weren't the powerhouse that they kind of are now. I know we're still not like a big 6 club like yourselves, but I think we are on the charge, and I just enjoy watching Leicester Arsenal. It's one of my favourite fixtures. I love the game, so it's not going to be 0-0. So put some money down for some goals. I'm going to go 2-2. Actually, I'm going to take a draw. at the King
Yeah.
Power. If we nick it, obviously I'll be happy and I'll be buzzing. But I think it's going to be a draw tomorrow. I think 2-2.
Well, that's quite shocked me. Well, what makes you think that it will be a draw? You're at home. You're in a bit of Arsenal are in form as well. But why are you hesitant to put your neck on the line for a win?
If you look at some of our performances, we're still not playing nowhere near the levels we were last season.
Yeah.
And I think that's just based on losing someone like Fofana. There's no like sort of James. I think losing players has had to rotate players around, and I just don't think they've quite all gelled together. There's a lot of link-up play that just doesn't work. There's some recklessness going on with Soyuncu at times, and you can give things away. You can give penalties away. You can give free kicks around the edge of the area. And Arsenal are a dangerous side at set pieces. I see 2-2. I see a draw.
No,
I see a draw.
On the warm-up with James, I predicted a 2-1 Leicester win.
Okay.
I've got similar reasons to you, Lee, as to why I think that on our side. I just think that although we're, on a good run of form, 4 wins, 2 draws, only one performance stands out, and that's Villa, and then the first half against Tottenham. So there's a few questions around, does this form really reflect the reality at the club? Obviously, results is one thing, performance is another. Now, this game in particular, you're coming up against a pure footballing side, great quality talent, young players, a team that's performed better than us for at least 2 seasons now.
Yeah, which I can't believe is a thing, by the way.
Yeah,
I just where we are, mate. I'm still dreaming. I don't care if we're like 10th or it's just the fact of the squad that we're at and the players that we've got and the some of the world class players. I think Tielemans is world class. Ricardo's world class. I could go on, but I mean, just from as a school lad watching Leicester and growing up and seeing where we've got to, I'm still dreaming. Pinch me now.
Yeah, no, I think everyone's happy for Leicester and Leicester fans, though. That's the general gist of the football community. I think everyone tends to say they're doing it the right way. They got a good model, and it's good to have that sort of a club be successful as well, because too many times you see the powerhouses, financial powerhouses, win everything.
Yeah.
Whereas you kind of changed that up a little bit.
There is one thing we forgot for tomorrow. There's a big factor in this game, and that's Mr. Jamie Vardy, who's got 11 goals against Arsenal in 13 games. 11 goals in 13 games. The man loves scoring against you, and if he is fit, I am going to put him on the score sheet again.
I thought if we don't mention him, he might not show up tomorrow. But obviously, now you've mentioned him, here we are.
He is showing up tomorrow. I've seen him warming up yesterday in the in some of the Insta stories on Leicester's accounts, and he's trained. And Rogers says he's fine, so I'm pretty sure he's going to start. And I think he likes playing against Arsenal.
Of course he does. He was linked to us a few years ago too, and it didn't happen. And then every game since, it was like he's got that extra fire in his belly.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get loyalty much in football, but Mr. Fantastic Fox himself is very loyal.
Yeah, and I'm going to stick to a 2-1, Lee. I predicted a 2-1 loss against Villa, and we won. I'm predicting a 2-1 loss against Leicester this Saturday. Let's hope on our side we win. And I know that you don't want that, Lee, but...
Well, I'm going to the game tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see some of the lads from AFTV, and we'll do some post-match stuff. If we win, I'll be buzzing. If we lose, I'll hide.
Yeah, I'll let them know to look out for you after. Look out for Vardy around AFTV after. Lee, thank you as always. Let them know your social media handles and channel and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm on every platform at Lee_Chappy, and on YouTube we're approaching 15k. Just search Lee Chappy, you will find me. I do all the Leicester coverage, watch-alongs, you name it, we do it. So come on, have a look and say hi.
We're bound to be doing more stuff in the future. It's just a timing issue with us. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and follow up Lee Chappy, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. And look at what he's doing over there. I need to learn a few things off him with this layout he has.
I know, man. I put a lot of work into it, so it's paying off. It's
looking very good, Lee. It's looking very good. Thanks, Lee, for giving us your time. People, hope you guys have enjoyed Box to Box. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Predictions, lineups, key battles, all of that. And let's look out for the game tomorrow. Look out for Good Morning Arsenal, the build-up, Match Day Live, fan reactions, full-time reactions, all of that, people. We have it covered. AFTV Saturday midday. Look out for it. Love for the love. We'll be back again soon.